Welcome back to the channel, guys. Hi, my name is Gardner, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. Normally on this channel we do game reviews, but today, and I want to start this to be once a month trend on this channel, where I want to do a segment called Trends Talk. For most of you who don't know, and I don't think a lot of you know, I am transgender. So I guess a little bit about me. I am a 27-year-old transgender New Yorker living in New York City with my wife and daughter. I've been on hormones for 1.5 years, but I have been transitioning for about 2 years now. I'm on 4 milligrams of estradiol and 400 milligrams of spironolactone, all prescribed to me by a doctor, all seen by a psychiatrist. So let's start from the very beginning, the moment that I broke down and came out to my wife. This was 2022. The pandemic was at its all-time high. This was mid-June. Millions of people were not millions, but hundreds of people were dying around me, and I was feeling this sense of overwhelmment where I already wasn't comfortable in my own body, but I was able to drown out all my thoughts and my feelings and my caringness for the world, or my caringness for myself, through my work life. So before the pandemic, I was working a regular 9-to-5 job, but it was 9-to-5 job plus the hour-and-a-half commute. I'm still doing that now, but I'm more happier now. So before I wasn't happy. I was just living my life and just pushing forward and just not caring about where I was going. I was living my life day to day. I wasn't treating myself nicely. I wasn't treating my wife nicely. I didn't care. There was no care in anything that I was doing. So when the pandemic hit and the city basically shut down, or the world shut down, and we all had to stay home, I was able to keep my feelings locked down for like a while. I was still doing like the normal trans stuff. I hope this is normal. Maybe you're gonna be like, no, that's not normal. Like I would steal my wife's clothing and just wear them in secret. But one day she finally caught me, and I had to break down with her. I cried with her the whole night until like maybe 9 o'clock, until the sun finally rose up. We were just talking and sharing about our feelings. I think most of my feelings all came tied up to how I grew up. So why did I come out at 26? Probably because I wasn't happy at all, and I didn't know how to express my feelings. I grew up in a home where expressing your feelings, it wasn't looked down upon, but I grew up with a person who wasn't my parent. I basically lived in this household where I wasn't able to express and share my feelings without having a fight being broken out between me and my adoptive mother, to when I basically, you know what's crazy about me? I just love to drown out my thoughts and feelings into whatever I'm doing. So putting me away, anything that I can do to not have to think about anything. Thinking about work, yes. Thinking about school, yes. Thinking about college, yes. Thinking about important tasks that I have to do to make my life better, sure. But my own true feelings, bottled up, shoved inside, thrown out the window. Don't have time for that. Too busy working on whatever I'm dealing with. I've now learned to have a normal work-life balance, but before I didn't have that. So I went through a whole series of just depression through my childhood. I failed college, went into a 2-year depression, tried to kill myself, came out of it in a psych ward, met my wife, had a daughter, still hating myself all the way through. 2020 hits. There's nothing to do. There's no thinking. I hadn't started streaming the 365-day challenge yet, so I hadn't drowned out my thoughts through that yet. So I had this almost 4-month period of just allowed to think about who I want to be coming out of this pandemic. Because one thing I said during the pandemic was you shouldn't come out of that being the same person you were coming in. Or for me, that's how I felt. So I had when my wife finally caught me doing what I was doing with her clothing, well, now it's not awkward. I wear the clothing that I want to wear. But before, it felt awkward. So when we finally sat down and broke down, I came out to her. It was a week before my birthday, actually, and we just talked. First I came out as being pansexual. I came out as that. My birthday happened. I came out to all my friends, but I hadn't came out as transgender yet. That wasn't until a couple months into my daily training. Well, not, but my stream. The 365-day stream it feels, I don't recommend it for everyone because it is very overwhelming, but it does give you time to think because you're putting yourself out there every single day. Your thoughts, feelings, how you want to be, whether you're depressed, whether you're happy, whether you're sad. So it came to a point where when you're streaming every day and you're putting yourself out there every single day non-stop, you start to think about what you really want to be. And I came to the conclusion that yes, I'm pan, but I'm also trans. I don't want to live in the shadows and do and dress up how I want to dress up in the shadows. I want to be public and be a woman and have nice things and do womanly things. And so I finally came out as transgender. And then I said at the very first, I just want to do it natural. There's steps that you have to take. So with this channel, we're going to do a bunch of things. I want to just talk about trans stuff. So not just my life, but I want to talk about tips, tricks, things that I've learned, because I've been doing this for almost 2 years now. Well, no, over 2 years now. Hormones for less, transitioning for 2 years. My experiences for living day to day, because I am working a regular 9-to-5 job outside. I have to deal with people outside all day. So yeah, for anybody who didn't know, that is who I am. If you appreciate this story, like and subscribe. If you hated it, then you hated it. It's not for everybody. My regular content will be coming back next week, but we're gonna be doing these little things every month, once a month. I will see you in the next video. Bye guys, love you.